Kurtis here to give you some tips and hints for prepping your Marvel vs. Capcom 3 team. Prior to starting a match, you can pick from a list of crossover assists. These assists are linked to quick hypers. Many characters such as Dante and Felicia only have one hyper that corresponds to their assists. However, other fighters like Hulk and Taskmaster can make use of 3 different quick hypers. By tapping the partner button, you can call in one of your allies during the fight. They'll use a special move before leaving back. Their moves range from special attacks, standing command attacks, and even special buffs. Keep in mind, however, that they can be attacked while on screen, making assists somewhat punishable. You can use your allies' hypers in several ways. Crossover combinations use 2 or all 3 members by hitting both partner buttons. If you only have one hyper gauge, your character will unleash their corresponding quick hyper. You'll need to store up 2 gauges to use 2 characters, and 3 to use the whole team. It's best to use hypers that won't conflict with each other, and instead build off one another. If you use an area attack, such as Kikosho, try pairing it with other similar moves, such as Lightning Storm and Inferno. The second method of using multiple hypers are Team Hyper Combos. Team Hyper Combos are similar to crossover combinations, but instead of all 3 team members using their hypers at once, each one will attack one at a time. Team Hyper Combos can be performed by inputting another hyper command while the first one is still being used. This will switch out the current character and bring in one of the other team members. This will of course require at least 2 hyper bars, or 3 if you wish to use all 3 characters. You want to time calling in an ally to just before the attack ends, as this will maximize the number of hits and overall damage. Keep in mind that some hypers finish too quickly to be chained in this way. Some characters can further manipulate their hypers when used on their own or with teammates. Ryu's Chinku Hadouken can be shot vertically or horizontally by pressing in a direction during the hyper's startup animation. It can be further adjusted during the move itself by pointing in the desired direction, though the movement is slow. Taskmaster's Legion Arrow fires differently depending on the attack inputs. Light plus medium will fire forward, light plus heavy will fire at an angle, and medium plus heavy will shoot upward. Other hypers that boost characters will be retained when a partner is switched in. Zero can use Saogenmu to create a clone of himself. Each time he is used as an assist, the double will also appear to deal extra punishment. A form of team attacks that doesn't require hyper bars are team aerial combos. During an air combo, you can send the enemy flying by hitting the special button along with the direction. Pressing forward or back will deal a small amount of damage, pressing up will increase the damage, and pressing down will slam them and gain a hyper combo gauge. You want to mix up your attacks to avoid being countered. If you're caught in a team aerial combo, you can break free and damage the enemy by inputting the same command as them. If they try to send you upward, counter by pressing up and special. Remember that forward for them is back for you, so press the stick in the same direction that your opponent does. Speaking of counters, here are some defenses that should help out. Guarding is the basic defense for resisting attacks. Holding back can be used to reduce damage from standing, crouching, and jumping positions. It can be used to block off multiple hit hypers and stop powerful grapple hypers. Advancing guard can be used while guarding close range attacks. Press 2 attack buttons while guarding to send the enemy back. This is great for creating distance and interrupting opponent combos. Crossover counters combine assists and guarding to make a great counterattack. While guarding an enemy attack, press forward and a partner button to switch out a character and come in with a potent special move. While this can be brutal to the enemy, you'll be forced into playing as one of your reserve members. To break through a blocking enemy, use a throw. Throws can be done by moving close to the enemy and hitting hard attack along with either back or forward. Throws are deadly in that they can bypass an enemy's guard. To avoid being thrown yourself, input the throw command just before you are thrown to escape. Another great tactic are snapbacks. Snapbacks can be used with a quarter circle forward and either of the partner buttons. It will also use up a hyper gauge bar. If done correctly, it will send the opponent flying off screen and summon one of their teammates. If the partner 1 button is used, the enemy's first partner will appear, while the partner 2 button sends in the second teammate. This will also stop the enemy from calling in allies or using assists for a short time. Finally, if you're really struggling, go for an X-Factor. X-Factor can be used once per match by pressing all 3 attacks along with the special button. X-Factor can be used to boost damage, pile on defenses, and restore lost life. The more teammates that are dead, the stronger and longer lasting X-Factor will be. It's best to wait on using X Factor until 2 teammates are down. That about covers it for the basics. If you want to find out about character specifics, check out the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Primer Guide. Later.
Mighty swing! Mighty swing! You can't run away. You're in for a world record combo KO!